Osama,
Wagwan.
how are you?
I'm always blessed, bro. That's the question is how I don't know how are you? How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm
No.
glad you're good
In a
because
better position than the last time by like
okay,
25%.
let's clarify what you mean by this because again, people on the internet are ruthless.
That is true. And to all you guys who are ruthless, watch out. Uh, this is pretty much the way I'm positioned right now, just recording the podcast.
Oh
Is
my
always, we're just going to start the show. Welcome to another episode of Ways. My name is Mohammed here with Osama. Make sure to follow, like, comment, share, subscribe. You can follow us at Ways 2.0 on Instagram at Ways 2.0. Follow Osama at Kusta300. You can follow my page. I'm Muhammad.global. New episodes weekly. You can find us and you listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Anchor, and other platforms. Thank you so much for the love and support. And today's episode is about the upcoming fight on Saturday, right? November 28th. And the fight is
yeah,
between
yeah,
Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. Yes, they are
yes,
old.
sir.
Yes, it is real. It's not some like made up fight that someone did on YouTube or one of those like monologue things. No, this is a real fight. Just in case you woke up and you knew that it's almost at the end of the year 2020, Mike Jones, crap, Mike Tyson is fighting Roy
Mike
Jones
Jones.
Jr. Mike Jones. What? But
This
yeah,
guy made up a whole new like race and name, bro.
yeah. Who? Mike Jones. But yeah, it's weird because obviously, number one, they're two different generations. So that's the funny thing about it. Like they're two complete separate generations, both retired, but they're coming out after 20 years. And this super fight is for number one charity, most importantly. It's for a cause. And yeah, everyone's excited. We're all excited, obviously, because these are some of the greatest fighters of all time. It's like imagining Kobe Bryant versus LeBron James in a pickup game of one v one at the age of like 60 and like 52, if that makes
Yeah,
sense. That's like the
that would make a
equivalence.
lot of sense.
But this is more entertaining because boxing, so like they're fighting and stuff, as opposed to like
Well,
a 1v1 with Kobe and LeBron would be kind of boring.
if you've seen the old prior videos of Mike Tyson on Instagram or social media, whatever you guys have, bro, his this guy seems like he hasn't missed a beat. Mike
It is
Tyson,
scary.
like there are certain people that older with age, like for example, basketball. No matter, I don't care how good you were in your prime, like you'll just like you're, and then you'll still be good, but you won't be that good. It seems like this guy will still beat the living hell out of certain boxers that are currently fighting.
Yeah, and the thing is, like when Osama says that, number one, like to all the boxer like enthusiasts, we're not talking about like stamina and how many rounds, 12 rounds. No, just pure punching power. Like you said, it's like he never lost it. Like he still has it.
No, like, yeah, man. Like I remember the first. I think this is like maybe last year.
Yeah.
Like, because last year, like 2019, like there was like rumors of him coming back or
Yep.
something like that. I remember, and I was watching a video. I'm like, bro, this guy at 50 years old is like that. Like, to anyone in his 20s, like, I guess this is like you want to be like that, bro. This guy's still in shape, and
Man.
he looks even better now. And Mike Tyson was a fierce fighter, bro. Bro, like, what was his nickname again? Bad. Oh man, what was his nickname?
Oh, his nickname? Iron.
Iron Mike
Iron
Tyson.
Mike
See, that's
Tyson.
that's how you know, bro. His punches are gonna knock you out. The fight's gonna be, and then the undercard fight that we wanted before that was Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson, right?
Yeah.
Bro, honestly, I know this is this whole like podcast is really mainly about like how I think about what's gonna go down with the fight, but I do want to say I'm not sure who's gonna win between Nate Robinson and Jake Paul, though I do want Nate Robinson to smack Jake Paul, bro.
Yeah, I don't know who's gonna win between that. I forgot that was gonna fight. It's so funny just saying that. Like Nate 2020, Nate Robinson versus Jake Paul in the boxing match. Like it's just so random.
A former NBA player who had barely even played, and then you have a YouTuber.
Yeah, just weird. So random and weird, but hey.
Hey man,
Yeah, and 20 years apart, I'm assuming, or like 10 years. Yeah, Nate Robinson's way older than Jake Paul.
Jake Paul's like our brother's age.
Yeah, he's younger than us,
He's
so it's probably like
he's
15
younger
years
than us.
older or so. So
Like like I'm not gonna discredit Jake Paul. Like obviously, I've seen some videos on Instagram. Like he's obviously a talented dude. You can't discredit that. You can't like take that away from him. But I just want to see him because I don't think he's had anybody as skilled or talented as he is. Right? I'm not even sure Nate Robinson is that guy. I just like, hey,
Well,
I just want
yeah.
to.
Nate Robinson was known to be a very quick person. Obviously, like he could have played football. He's a very quick guy. Obviously, he's way older now. Maybe he was a boxer when he was younger. I don't know. Obviously, but hey, if he still has it, then it'll be an entertaining fight as well. We don't know, so it's really unpredictable. But as far as the Tyson fight, it's just funny because number one, like you know what's crazy, Osama? Like imagine being like someone that everyone feared when you're young, and also when you get old, you become old. Like most boxers, when they become old, they're just frail from all the damage they took, and they usually get it's like some type of sickness and some kind of brain damage because all the beating they're taking over like 20 years. But for someone like Mike Tyson to still be feared as if it was yesterday in his prime at the age of what? He was like 56 or 60 years old. How old he is? Like people we're all still scared of this guy. Like no one would in their damn mind try to mess with Mike Tyson. Why? Because he's still strong and he can still knock you out. Like, isn't that amazing?
Bro, it's insane. It's insane that you say that because you know a lot of the times, right? Like I said it like before, like for example, now there's rumors, for example, like now that LeVar Ball's son got drafted to Charlotte Hornets, right? LaMelo Ball,
Yeah,
that they could see the 1v1 versus Michael Jordan. But the thing is, with all the sports like that, I guess you're bound to lose certain stamina,
of course.
certain just athleticism because obviously you have. But boxing, I want to say it's a bit different. Like obviously, again, like you're not gonna be as fast, but dude, this guy seems as fast as he once was. Like I'm like, well, you're 50 years old. You're how old?
He's older.
I'm like, yeah, well, 50. Like I don't know how old he is, but thing is, someone at his age, like there's a lot of people who are at his age. It's it, bro. Like they just got a belly, and they just stopped taking care. They stopped taking. He could tell he took care of his body. He took care of his health, and he left boxing really early as well.
Oh yeah. And
So
yeah.
to see him go back, Sorry, before you say what you're gonna say, to see him go back, and I think it's more of a charity match, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah. It's for charity, yeah, it's for
Yeah, but
charity.
it's gonna draw out a lot of people. Like those boxers that have that want to see Mike Tyson fight. Get to see that, you know.
Yeah,
So
that's what makes it
it's
funny
gonna be
because
interesting.
I've never seen a Mike Tyson fight in my life. Why? Live?
No,
Because number one, when he was fighting, I was a baby. We're kids, so obviously I know my dad and my uncles are watching, but I was legit like probably my diapers, so I wouldn't remember. But yeah, this is the first time I'm actually watching him fight live, so it's pretty funny. Um, and obviously, it's not like number one, we know it's not going to be like a typical boxing match. They're not going 12 rounds. Why? Because they're super old. I think it's only 4 rounds or 6 rounds, and the time is shorter as well. Because obviously, like the first round, like the first minute and a half, they're going to be moving as if they're boxers 20 years ago. But obviously, like with the stamina and the hits and everything, the real age is going to show. So you're going to see them start cramping and moving slowly and everything by the end of the first round or second round because they're 60 years old. It makes sense, right? So, but that first minute and a half or
oh,
something was
man.
gonna be amazing.
Hold on. I just want to check one thing before I say my next thing because I want to add on to your
No problem,
point.
no problem. So yeah, it's gonna be very entertaining.
Uh,
I'm excited.
so Jones's record is 66-9, and then Tyson is 50-6. Now those are both amazing
Yeah,
records, right? And apparently Tyson has 44 KOs and Jones has 47 KOs. That's pretty close, bro, in terms of like knockouts. But I honestly feel, then again, like I don't know that much about Jones to be quite honest
oh,
with
he
you.
was
But
he
I've
was he was
obviously
elite. And the thing is, it's
to be
two different generations.
yeah. You know, I think as a for boxers enthusiasts who obviously grew up on both these guys. Some people may be on both. Obviously, if you're a little bit older, you got to see both of them in their
Yep,
prime. But to see them come back and fight is gonna be when I have a moment because it's like like let's say for example like you got to see Muhammad Ali like even though rest in peace his soul, but you got to
peace.
see him like if he was still healthy enough at the time he was alive and like in shape to fight, like the world would go crazy,
Of
you
course.
know. But I don't know who do you think is gonna win. Like I'm not sure how many rounds it is, but who do you think is gonna be? Do you think? First of all, first question: do you think there'll be a knockout?
Yeah.
Really?
Only reason why, Osama. Only reason why. Um, Technically, it shouldn't be a knockout because the thing is they're super old. So that's the number one thing. So
Yeah.
even though they lost so much weight and they're working out and in the best shapes of their lives, history always shows once the fight starts going, your age legit catches up with you. It's just like the NBA players when they're old, the soccer players, like you just can't run, you can't move around as much. And boxing, especially, bro,
Hmm.
because boxing, you're training and you're able to take hits. At the age of 60, Osama,
Yeah.
you can't take that much punches from Mike Tyson, bro. Your body is not strong enough. You can make it like physically strong, but as far as the amount of damage you could take, vice versa, like it's impossible. So I know it's like 4 or 6 rounds in terms of the fight itself. I think it's gonna be a knockout, not because of someone dominating. I just think it's the factors of just age, stamina, and just being tired, bro. Like it's not it's like I'm not getting knocked out because like you knocked me out because I'm just tired. I just like I just my body just gave up on me. I think that's gonna be more like it.
So both sort of add on to your point. Both these guys are actually Ray Jones Jr. is 51 and Tyson's 54 years old.
They're only 3 years apart.
So yeah,
Wow.
that's actually insane. I actually thought Jones was
No, no,
older.
no. I thought Jones was way younger because Tyson fought early. Tyson fought early '80s, and Jones was prominent until the late '90s, mid to late '90s. So they're only 3 years apart.
Well,
That's
then again,
crazy.
Tyson was a brand name because obviously he had that moment in the Attitude Era on WWE when it was Shawn Michaels versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yo, Stone Cold was like they used to call him the baddest dude, bro. Like that's someone you did not want to mess with then, now, or maybe in the next couple of years. You don't want to mess with this dude.
Yeah,
He's someone that does not mess around. And I remember like I think after he went to jail, after he converted to Islam, he stopped boxing because like he didn't like the violence aspect of it. When he came back, I was kind of pretty shocked
yeah, like yeah,
that he was
like
gonna
no.
come
When he
back.
came out of jail, he did fight for a few years, but he just wasn't the same person. And also, he did eventually
Yeah.
retire. Um, so yeah, it's very cool. Obviously, this fight, it's just like man, it's like watching your favorite. It's like watching your favorite fighter just come out one more time, just to give it all. It's beautiful. That's for charity. It's not just for like ego and just to make money and stuff. Of course, it's gonna make the money, but the fact that it's for charity is really nice. Um, who's gonna win? I don't know, Osama. Why? Because obviously, like fighting. Like Mike Tyson was a heavyweight. Roy Jones, I forgot his weight class, but two different weight class. Now that they're older, the funny thing is, even for this fight, Mike Tyson is still huge, so he still has the heavyweight size. Roy Jones is actually a little bit bigger than he was when he's a fighter, so it's not gonna matter that much. Obviously, depending on how much hits you can take from Mike. I want to say Mike is gonna win, but if it goes to 6 rounds, I'm gonna lean towards Roy Jones because I just think Mike's stamina is not gonna be able to handle it for 6 rounds. I think so. Mike has to
Yeah.
knock him out
I
early
honestly,
for
yeah.
Mike to win.
I'm kind of I think for so I'm kind of lost of words because I think first of all I didn't even expect you to say that there was going to be a knockout because part of me wants there to be a knockout just to see. I want Tyson to win, personally speaking. Just like I want Tyson to win. And that's no shade. That's no shade at Jones, but I just want Tyson to win because I just feel like a lot of people in the past, I don't know, decade or two, wanted him to come back to fight, and to see him at 53 years of age to look that freaking good is like, and it's imagine like if Michael Jordan like comes back to play one more year, and he's like playing as he did in his prime. That would be like, freaking amazing. But yeah, honestly, I kind of think I'm not sure how many rounds there is. I don't think I'm not sure if it's a full
No,
12
no,
rounds,
no.
but
Sure.
I think it's short. Yeah, I honestly think that I want it to be a knockout. I'm gonna go with Tyson. I'm not sure how it's gonna go, but I do want it. I do want it to be a knockout. It's kind of funny because speaking about these Paul brothers, bro, Jake's Paul, older brother Logan Paul. You know what this guy said? I was reading this. Mohammed, check this out. You're probably gonna laugh. Guess who he called out?
What?
Floyd
Oh,
Mayweather.
I think I heard about that.
Bro, in my head, I'm like, why in the world would Floyd Mayweather want to fight you? First of all, you got two different sizes, two different weight classes. If you want to be realistic, I'm like, dude, Floyd Mayweather. There are certain boxers who don't want to fight him no more after like, and they've been in this for like so many years. I heard that. I'm like, that's some disrespect, fam.
Yeah, it's
I want to put it out there, like,
it's gonna be. I don't know what to expect to this fight. Like it's gonna be an amazing fight. I'm excited. Either way, I just want to watch an entertaining fight. I just think Tyson's mentality is classic always, like trying to knock him out as early. Because Tyson, he's known as a fighter that's going to try to knock you out early. Why? Because the punching power. When the fight goes long, when he goes to the distance, Tyson doesn't do that well. And that's one of his Achilles heel. So he knows that, obviously, even 30 years later. So I think he's definitely going to try to make a statement by trying to knock Roy Jones Jr. out early. But Roy Jones already knows, right? Just don't get close to Tyson. That's the classic rule. Don't get close to Tyson. Keep
yeah,
your distance and see what happens.
I can honestly see there being a rematch, and here's why. Obviously, a lot of people right now are putting bids on this match,
Yeah.
right? And this match is probably one of the biggest boxing matches, even though it's not an official boxing match. It's probably one of the biggest fights in a while. If you want to talk about it, because see, probably the two biggest fighters in their not in their prime, no more coming back and like doing this for charity event, but obviously they're getting some money out of it. Whoever wins, or sorry, whoever loses is probably will ask for a rematch.
You think so?
And I think like why not? Like think about it this way, like maybe at a bigger scale, maybe for more rounds. But then again, it's like I kind of see it happening, or maybe not a rematch, but maybe they might call other fighters who are around their age who are retired. That would also be a pretty sick. But I can see, because if you think of it, they both stopped. Like Tyson only had what, I think 56 fights. Like for like a lot of boxers have more. Like Muhammad Ali, rest in peace, he had more fights than that.
Yeah, fighters usually.
This guy had what almost 70.
Muhammad Ali was, I think, 55-5, something like that,
No, I think he's more, but he has like 60.
or 60-5.
Let's double check. Yeah, I think it's 16-5. Muhammad Ali record.
Maybe 60-5.
He. Oh yeah, hold on. 56 wins and 5 losses. So you're right. 37 knockouts. Okay. Before his retirement from boxing in 1981 at the age of 39. That's actually amazing, bro. The fact that's the case. But yeah, I kind of see there being a rematch. Like it's bro, like for example, like if you were like, well, if you were good at something, right, and then you stopped and then you go back at your craft and you verse one of the best. It's almost like Ronaldo or Messi had a one-on-one match and one of them won. The other one's gonna ask for a rematch. I just feel there being a rematch. I'm not sure at what capacity or where it's going to be. I just feel that it's going to be one. Especially not there's not gonna be a live audience there. So that's one thing that they're not used to, because obviously when they fought there was always an audience. So yeah, that's probably why I would
wait.
feel there'd be a rematch.
Well, I obviously because of COVID, I knew there wasn't gonna be a live audience. Maybe now there might be. I don't know. Maybe they might have like a few people now. Was it?
Oh, really?
Well, obviously I knew before it wasn't gonna be anyone because of obviously COVID. But I don't mean like a live audience like 20,000 people. Like I don't know, maybe like 100 or so. Maybe now. I don't know. I'm just speculating because even though COVID hasn't gotten better in America, they're letting in more people now for events as far as sports and stuff, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if it's more people now per fight.
Yeah, I have no idea. The thing is, obviously, it's gonna be a bigger fight as well, because obviously Jake Paul, Jake Paul, like himself and his fan base are definitely going to be watching. And then obviously Nate Robinson, who everyone knows him, from the movie, from Uncle Drew, and obviously him being in the NBA for the short amount of time that he was there for. But yeah, I honestly feel I'm not if they're gonna have people inside the fight, inside the building, it's definitely to a certain capacity. I'm assuming that I guess it would make sense, obviously, because people are bidding for these fights. And yeah, but let me ask you. So let me ask you. So who do you want to win? First of all.
Tyson, obviously, because everyone loves Tyson, and just to see Mike Tyson fight is just it's just it doesn't feel real. But at the same time, I love Roy Jones Jr., so that's pretty cool too. But obviously, I want to see Tyson win. But I just want to see a really good fight. You know me, like it doesn't matter if I'm watching something with two teams that I don't like two teams I don't care for, or two fighters, whatever. I just want to see the best match possible. I don't want it to be like one of those things like a team gets blown out so early, then it's just boring for the rest of the game, or one fighter is just so good that the other fighter is just done pretty much for the second round. I want to see like a good fight, like it goes to the tail, to the end, and they give it all they had, and just like the people won, right? Like you got your money's worth. So I love those kind of fights and those kind of events. Anything like that is amazing. It's a story within a story, right? So even though they're what 54 and 51,
You know,
but still, if it's possible, I would love for them to just have an amazing fight. Like it's just something that blew all of our minds. Even at age 54, no one could ever seen this coming. You know?
it's funny because I remember the last I guess big fight at this similar to this capacity was like Conor McGregor and
Mm-hmm.
Floyd Mayweather, and the thought of Conor McGregor beating Floyd Mayweather was a thought within its own. Regardless of it, obviously didn't happen, but just the thought of him beating would have been a record because you're going against like arguably the top three boxers of the world, him being one of them, right? And similar to this fight, I would say has a similar capacity because there's a lot of people who never seen both those guys fight, and you've heard a lot about them. So to see them fight, not necessarily in their prime, but they look as good as they once did, is definitely going to it's definitely going to draw a lot of people in.
Yeah, it's just gonna be something that we're not ready for, good or bad, to be honest. But hopefully, it's gonna be a good fight, and hopefully, it's something that we're gonna be talking about forever. And like you said, hopefully, it leads to another rematch. I don't know if you heard about this, Osama, but the goal of this fight, besides for being a charity match, if it goes well, is to actually start up like a boxing league for older boxers. So they're saying that after this, they're saying after this,
No, I
Evander
had no idea.
Holyfield actually might jump in and fight another old boxer as well, right? Like,
I would want to see Evander Holyfield versus
so pretty
Mike
much it'll
Tyson
be like
because
the
they have
big
history.
three for boxing. I guess
Oh, okay,
people,
I
yeah,
see.
I guess people who have no
I don't
idea
know.
about the fight or anything, if you know NBA, you know like the big three, how the older NBA players, like they're still
Yeah,
good, which is obviously they can't play in the
I've
NBA,
seen.
but they're still fighting. This boxing match is like the equivalency, right? Like these guys can still whoop anyone on earth if they had 2 minutes, but obviously they can't fight 12 rounds. That's like the equivalent for people who don't know.
Yeah, I actually did not hear that. If they do that. If they do that, I think it would be an amazing and creative idea for people who still want to box but obviously can't go one on one. And that's probably an opportunity for Mike Tyson. No, not Mike Tyson. Floyd Mayweather to fight some to fight some people who are retired and whatever. But then again, about Mike Tyson, not Mike. I keep saying Mike Tyson. Floyd Mayweather. I think the reason why he may be on the bench is because obviously he has a
Of
50-0
course.
record, and two, a lot of people want to go after him, and it's almost like once that record's broken, it's like it's not gonna be it can't be undone no more, right? And obviously, I feel that record is bigger than him. If that kind of makes sense. Like that record that he has 50-0, like I think he would rather like stop boxing than like him take a risk at like losing again. Because obviously, at the end of the day, a lot of people are going after that record. So if that is the case of people of making a big deal for boxing, hey man, I'm all for it. But I'd like to see some creativity with the league.
No, no one like, yeah, that's why boxing, the people we want as fans, I'm super excited. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. And it's going to be a sick event.
I believe so. I kind of agree with you. I think Mike Tyson's gonna win, and I want Mike Tyson to win. And that's no shit at our at the opponent. But I think a lot of people bet on Mike Tyson are seeing all those videos. And let me tell you, if he knocks him out early, It's gonna be
Oh
over
yeah,
with.
it's gonna go viral and everything. And Mike, who's actually really Mike is really dominant and really prominent on social media. Like he knows the effects of social media, so he knows what the he knows how much traction he gained from knocking him out early and all the memes and the videos and stuff will happen. So he knows. Mike knows.
Yeah, yeah, well, obviously social media is definitely gonna be blowing because it's just I don't know, man. Like if you're a fighter enthusiast, right? Like you like the UFC, you like martial arts, and you like whatever boxing or whatever it may be, whatever sport you do watch, but those in specific, you're getting the two biggest names in boxing fighting again, which you haven't done in like what decade. So just to see Mike Tyson come back is amazing. It's like it's definitely I don't think anybody would ever have fought for him to come back. Like if you bet money 10 years ago or 20 years ago saying, yo, Mike Tyson going to come back. If someone told us Mike Tyson was going to come back, I'll laugh. You're like,
Of
you who
course.
told you this information, bro? That never happened. Because he would always deny it. People would always ask him, like, would you ever see yourself coming back? Just for like a charity match, he would say no. And the fact that he's back and he looks as good as probably any 25, 30-year-old looks now, probably even better, you know? And I want to say even for his age, he looks really, really good. Like, bro, black don't crack for real. This guy looks like he's young. I'm like, God damn. Like, I don't think. Actually, there's a meme on Twitter. I'm not sure if you saw it. It was like, how long would you last with? A minute with Mike Tyson or with a porn star, right? I'm like, yo, I don't think you're lasting 1 minute with Mike Tyson alive,
For a
bro.
million dollars, Mike Tyson?
Yeah, it's like how long would you who would you last longer with? Like Mike Tyson? A fight with Mike Tyson or like having, like you're like with the porn star or whatever, something like that. So in my head I was laughing because I'm like, let's be honest here. I don't care how strong you are, how technical advanced you are in fighting. There's no way you're lasting 1 minute with Mike Tyson. That guy's gonna freaking kill you.
Yeah, the question is how many hits could you take from Mike Tyson? That's the question. I, yeah, I yeah, I don't think I could.
Not no. I think certain people would faint before the
Oh yeah,
fight
like
that
how they say
gets
like your life
knocked out.
flashes before your own eyes. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think you'd faint like, oh, that's it, knocked out, and then you wake up, it's like, yo, did I get punched? You're like, nah, you just fainted before the punch even came in. Honestly, bro, it's definitely exciting. I'm definitely gonna be watching it. I think the whole world's gonna be watching it. Actually, like it's probably bigger news than Biden
Oh yeah,
winning
everyone's
the
gonna watch.
election. Let's be honest here. People are gonna like, yeah, oh man, I just they can't wait. I hope that they keep bringing these guys back to fight because obviously you want to see these guys like do this. At the end of the day, obviously we all know it's not like it's gonna. It's not. I'm not sure if this affects their personal record or just I have no idea, but um, just trying to see these guys come back and yeah, man, I feel they're both excited as well and they're gonna fulfill our
Yeah, I'm
expectations.
excited. We win as the fans, and it's gonna be one of those fights. It's gonna be beautiful. So I can't wait to watch it.
Well, my G, you know what that means? Square up time. No, I'm just joking. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this comes. Unless you want to say anything else. You want to say anything else? I
No,
have something to
just
say.
yeah, Saturday night. Make sure to grab popcorn or food, drinks.
What if
Man,
you
you
don't have
better
popcorn or
break
food?
dance at Dundas Square for some $10 to go buy some food so you can watch this fight when it comes on at 11:30.
What if they don't live?
Well,
What if they don't live in
Oakville
Toronto?
downtown or somewhere, whatever downtown you live,
You know
Ajax
what? Okay,
downtown.
well,
Huh?
worldwide, but you know what this reminds me of? You know what this reminds
I
me
don't
of?
know where.
Ajax
I've never been to
downtown. No
Ajax,
one wants to
but
live there, bro.
actually I have once. I went there for a wedding. I went there for a wedding.
That's cap.
But
That's cap. But what I wanted to tell you was, I remember back when Conor McGregor versus. For people that know, this is a funny story. Um, when Conor McGregor was versing Floyd Mayweather 3 years ago, like 2017, time we were at a mutual friend of ours at our house. Maybe like almost it was basically a high school reunion for us, right? Because a
yeah,
lot of us haven't seen each other in so long, probably since high school. So I remember because Muhammad was talking about make sure you have your popcorn, everything ready to like watch at 11:30. So we were like trying to figure out why this guy hasn't had everything ready. The Wi-Fi wasn't working, and it was getting close to the time of the fight, and we're all getting anxious. We're like, bro, there's no way we're about to miss the fight, right? So then we all try to like call people, try to do ourselves, try to see where we're gonna go. Muhammad, you want man, this guy snaked. He's like he goes to the other boy's house to watch the game. Smart move though, because this guy has a pretty
I
nice
wasn't driving, it
AC,
wasn't
so
my
shout out to
control. But
him.
the point is, just like the fight on Saturday, make sure to watch, or you will regret it.
And if you don't, and by the way, for everyone that's listening in the 7 different countries that we're in, we love you. We thank you. We post every month. Actually, this will actually be out tomorrow.
Of
It only
course.
makes sense because if it would make no sense to put it out on Monday. But with everybody that's listening, we're doing our best to keep up our content. And obviously, if we have more time, we'd love to upload more. But for now, it's obviously every Monday at 12 p.m. Thank you for always listening and coming back to listen to us. With that being said, we say, Mohammed, you
Yeah,
want
like
to like
Osama
add on
said,
or
make sure
what,
to
man?
like,
Like,
comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for the love and support. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, Radio Public, Anchor, Waste 2.0. That's the Instagram page. Osama at Kus300. My page, I'm Muhammad.global. Hit us up if you want to come on the show. Hit us up if you have any topics. And just hit us up overall if you just want to talk to any of us or both of us. We love it, you guys, and we appreciate the support. Osama, peace.
Mohammed,
Take
my
care.
guy, peace out, broski.